Hi everyone. Well, this is my last favorite top book of 2023, I promise. This is Mary by Nat Cassidy, and because it's a horror movie, I decided to go a little gothic with the makeup. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So I don't want to oversimplify this book too much and say that it's an allegory about menopause. It is that, but there's a lot more going on than just that. It's got a very dark mystery. It's got supernatural elements, which normally I don't love, but they work really well in this book. It's also the goriest book I've ever read. But at its heart, it is, as most good books are, just about humanity and about our need for human connection and our need to feel seen and heard, which, unfortunately, as some women age, that goes away. So the book is about a woman named Mary who is not only going through the change in life, but she's also not, like, we'll say, typical in her mind. And the book is written in her perspective, so it does kind of make you feel like you're on this, like, crazy mental roller coaster ride. But that's kind of thrilling and fun. For example, she keeps these little ceramic figurines called loved ones, and she converses with them regularly. She also has regular hallucinations that her face is sliding off. And she also passes out on the reg. So she leads a very small but pleasant life in New York City until her estranged aunt, who replaced that A with a C, is sick and calls her and asks her to come be her caretaker in the small town in Arizona where she lived, where Mary also grew up. So Mary moves back to Arizona into, I swear, the shittiest house in history. We learn that there was a serial killer that was active there when Mary was growing up, and now murders have started happening again. So that's all I'm going to say about this book, except that it was, if you can't tell already, a wild and bonkers ride. But it wasn't just wild and bonkers. I mean, it was funny. It also broke me a little bit. This is a quote from the book. She says, "I want to be normal. Normal people have use. Normal people help others and are thanked and welcomed and cherished and loved." I mean, but the book puts you back together as she finds her power. And that sounds schmaltzy and predictable, but it is not. Those two adjectives could not be further from how I would explain this book. If you have a strong stomach and if you like weird books, you should check this out. Also, I listened to the author's note after reading this, and I really recommend it. Apparently, the book started out as like a sequel of sorts to Carrie, and then it slowly over years morphed into what it is. The author posed a lot of really interesting questions about who can write about what, which kind of reminded me of Yellowface. He admits that he might not be the best person to write about menopause, but his thoughts were just so respectful and so poignant that I actually got teary listening to just the author's note. All right, well, anyway, here is my gothic look for the book Mary. I hope you enjoy this.